Welcome to Super Simple Security Principles, where you learn how to think, not just what to do. I'm Nick Jackson, here to learn along with you from my good buddy and master guardian, Makani Mason. Woo! This is episode 89, Email Workshop, and the priority with this episode is Prevent Takeover. So again, we're continuing on with our email workshop. The priority is Prevent Takeover. Makani, Prevent Takeover, man. It's scary, like I think of somebody taking over my house or something like that. And we all
Yeah,
know how valuable email is. I mean, it's essentially our online identity. It's the verification for everything.
yeah, yeah. Well, and obviously this is not a new topic for us. This is something we've talked about over and over and over, and we will continue to. And we'll get
Yeah.
into part of why that is in a minute. But just to clarify what we mean here, the takeover we're talking about is taking over not only just your email account, um, which we shared a story about recently with my brother's accountant. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but takeover of any of your online accounts, because we know that email is, as we put it, a master key to all of your online accounts.
Yeah.
And so this is the fourth priority we've discussed in terms of the email workshop. And obviously, it's not number 4 in terms of importance. Really, if I were going to rank them in terms of importance, it's probably number 1, really. Um,
Okay.
I mean, there's lots of important things, but I mean, if you don't have access to your email, everything else is kind of irrelevant. I mean, it takes over your other accounts. I mean, it's clearly a high priority. It's just, um, yeah, we've just talked about it so much. I wanted to dive into some of those other priorities first, I think was the main thing.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
um, so I guess the other part I wanted to talk about is, so just clarifying a little bit more on the takeover. If they take over your email, they can take over all your accounts most likely.
Not good.
If they don't take over your email, it still helps prevent takeover of any other account, right? Because part of that is like more and more places have recognized that how highly they're treating their email address. So even changing the email address on accounts now a lot of times requires verification, which is a really good thing because, right, if they can still figure out your password to a different account, go in and change your email address, then all of a sudden you can't get it back with your email account.
Right.
But more places are recognizing, okay, yeah, we're treating this as the master key, so if they're going to swap out the key, so to speak, then we better verify that as well, right?
Right.
And there's a whole range, because then there's some places that are a little bit lazier that they won't require verification, but they'll notify you at least if the email changed on the account. So
Okay.
even that is a little bit of protection against takeover, right?
Yeah.
So there's lots and lots of ways where email protects you both. And so that's why this is so important.
Yeah.
And the other reason why, and the reason why, though, okay, it's so important, but why is it still a problem? And well, there's a lot of reasons, but the single biggest, just like kind of summary reason, if you look at the statistics, is there's still a ton of password reuse going on.
Yep.
And so we'll be talking about that. And I know there's a lot of challenges around password managers, a lot of drama around that. So we won't even be getting into that into the workshop for now, because the fact is, a great place to start, even if you don't have a password manager, even if you're not ready to dive into using a password manager, is simply to use a strong password with email that you don't use anywhere. Even if you use lots of reuse elsewhere, at least I beg you to use this one place that have a strong, unique password with email that you don't use anywhere else.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
we'll give some strategies for having a strong password that you can both type and remember. If you're not using a password manager, my email, of course, password is too long for me to type or remember. but that's okay. We can still get most of the way there with a very long typable password.
Nice.
And it's still a huge, huge upgrade. So that's one of the things I want to make sure we focus on, because it does not have to be that much work. And this is the top priority. Really, you get a unique email password already. You're doing so much better than, I don't know what the statistics are, but it's a really, really good place to start.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
um, and honestly, in terms of prevention takeover, there's not a
Hmm.
ton that needs to be done. There's a unique password
Right.
and 2FA. We've talked about two-factor authentication, and
Yep.
we'll get into that in the workshop, and that's for everyone. But those are really the only two absolutely universal things I would say. There's some other stuff as well, but it depends on your situation,
Yeah.
and we'll get into some of that. But really, the preventing takeover problem and priority is relatively simple compared to, say, fighting spam. Fighting spam is a much harder problem, much more nuanced, a lot more things to do and to think about than just
Okay.
preventing takeover, right?
Okay. That was my question. I was like, well, what makes it more challenging? But just knowing that there's more things to do. So,
Yeah, because with takeover, I mean, it's really a matter of if you use a good password, you put 2FA. I mean, that's not the whole story, but it's
that's going to
80.
be a good start.
Yeah, it's 80% of the battle. I would call it.
Nice. Two
And
steps and we
so,
knock out 80%.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, um, yeah, uh, and that's why this episode too. I mean, we've only been it's short, but that's about all I have to say on this one. Honestly, there was a lot more to say last episode um,
Yeah.
about the fishing. So I don't know what's any additions, thoughts, takeaways, Nick.
Yeah, man. I'm going to recap this bad boy. Are you okay if I recap this?
Yeah,
Okay. Two easy steps, and we eliminate 80% of the issues. Good, unique password. Don't use it anywhere else. Use it for your email. Make sure it's strong. Make sure it's long. Let's go. So, unique password. Don't ever use that anywhere else. Second, get two factor authentication. Okay. You get two factor authentication, and that eliminates 80% of kind of what we need to avoid in this preventing a takeover. Obviously, there's a few more things to seal those gaps, but this is an easy start. This is a very easy start. So, totally doable. Like for me, this is like if you're listening right now, don't let your account get taken over. Those two easy steps, like, let's go. Super
yeah.
doable. Did I miss anything?
Nope, nope. And none of it requires money. Like I know a password manager, for example, the one we recommend, costs money, but there
Yep.
are free 2FA apps that we can get you set up with standalone to do this for email. So, um, yeah, no, I don't really have anything else to add. I think that,
Dude, I
yeah,
love
like
easy episodes, man.
yeah,
Easy episodes that legitimately help. Like this is super useful. So
yeah.
for
I would
all
say
the
well, yeah, it just made me think of when we've talked about this before. The main thing that I think is we talk about that. I mean, we did a whole episode on this, so I won't get into it here. But why not reusing passwords? If you're not convinced, if that's holding you back, you're like, I'm not convinced that's really the case. I didn't put it. I forgot to put it in the notes of what, but we have one where we talk about that anyway. Um, Read up on it because I promise you, there are good and valid reasons why password reuse is actually a problem. But I know
huge
that's
problem,
been
data
a
breach.
yeah, right. Again, that's really the short version, right? Data breaches. Yep. Yep. That's a good short answer. So thank you.
You betcha. Dude, I
Okay.
like that episode. Well done.
Are you ready to take action and wondering where to start? Get my Bulletproof My Identity Starter Kit for free. The 7 most vital layers of protection everyone needs. I'll send you one step at a time and help you if you get stuck. just go to bulletproofmyid.com and enter your name and email, and I will send you the first step. Again, that's bulletproofmyid.com.